when we're spending money, we're spending it against an audience. We're also spending it against a message. What do we say to them?
Well, there's lots I could say. To be honest, if you take my business, for example, I'd want to talk about how we're better than everyone else. I'd want to talk about the specialist activities we do. I could spend 20 minutes just listing the things we do for customers. So great. Should I spend some money on all of them and get it all out there? What should I do?
Yeah. And you see, in marketing, when it comes to our message, more is not more.
Right.
More is actually less, yeah? So you can only ever have 100% of a message. Now, you can have 100% of a message on one message, or you can split it 10 ways, in which case you've really got 10% of a message 10 times, which means we don't get the threshold effect. We don't cut through with something that people can remember.
So when we're talking about creating a brochure, potentially a poster, something you'd stay at a conference, what you're getting at is make sure there's only one thing that you focus on.
Yeah, and the great brands stand for one thing. You think of Volvo, stands for safety. You look at Telstra. What's Telstra communicating? It's talking about its coverage, because that's where it's got its advantage. And that's where we focus our message. Links back again to episode 1 when we looked at how we craft that message to start with.
And you've created this framework, Glenn, to actually bridge the things that we do between predatory marketing as a concept and how we choose which of the messages that we say. Can you talk us through how this works? Yeah,
so look, here it is on screen behind us. It looks more complex than it is. It really asks 2 questions. It says, how important, that's what the x-axis there says, how important is a certain feature or a certain message to our customers?
Yeah.
And then along the y-axis here, how different or how much of an advantage do we have on that thing? So if we find that there's something that consumers just aren't interested in, whether we're good at it or bad at it, we should just ignore it. Let's not spend money on it, because they're not going to respond to it.
And certainly it's interesting, because I see most businesses, the first thing they want to tell their customers is how old they are as a business. And they say, we've been around since 1992, but it must fall pretty low on your customer importance scale when deciding whether to go with this Tyler or that Tyler.
Probably not that important in most businesses. So that's what we'd call the ignore zone. Don't spend your money sending that message out to the market, because you're kind of wasting your money. The next thing is we look at what's important. So we look into that top half here and we go, if something's important, but we're not that good at it, well, then we need to just stop the train for a second, go back and fix that, because our customers will find out if we haven't got something that they need in place. So that's not a communication issue. That's actually go back and make sure we fixed our product.
That's Bob the Builder's zone. Fix it.
Fix it. Absolutely. There's an area in the middle here which can often go one way or the other, and that says if something's important but we're no better or worse than anybody else, do we focus there? Going back to our conversation earlier, if we're the market leader, maybe we do, because we can grow the market. 9 times out of 10, though, we're not going to be the market leader. So again, it doesn't make sense to spend our money there. A place it does is where we have an advantage and it's important to our customer. That's this area here. It's what we call the predatory zone.
Yeah.
Where we have an advantage and our customers care about it. We should be spending against that message, whatever that message might be.
Great. So a really helpful framework there, Glenn. And I guess the big takeaway here is that so many businesses talk about what's important to them as business owners rather than what's important to customers. So we need to fix that.
Yep.
And the other thing is, as we looked at in predatory marketing, so many businesses talk about the same things as their competitors, which can actually drive more business to your competitors.
Absolutely.
So really helpful framework for all the things you could say, where to prioritize what you do say.